Welcome to O Brothers, episode 2.
The Derek Jeter episode.
The Derek Jeter episode.
Yeah.
Well, guess A-Rod's out of the mix.
He'll be here in a few weeks.
Yeah, roid raging.
Do we call that the 3 episode or the 13 episode?
I think we have to save. Well, this is the Jeter, so it needs to be. I guess it could be Seattle Mariner A-Rod.
I think that's the
episode
pure
3.
A-Rod that I like. So
That's
next episode's A-Rod.
Holistic.
Okay. Glad we cleared that up.
That's good. That was how we practiced it. Hey, thanks for watching. If you watched the first episode and listened to 40 minutes of obnoxious trial and error, and we're glad you watched. But let's jump into this second episode.
The Derek Jeter episode.
The Derek
as
Jeter
we talked
episode.
about. Let's run that back. Circle back to that.
Yeah.
I am excited to be back into it.
Speaking of number
now.
2, you said circle back. There is a count.
I intentionally did that, but you are right. So ding ding, the second counselor reference.
Second counselor reference.
You're always keeping me on my toes and calling me out for that. Good call.
Yep.
Well deserved. Last week, we had a little get to know you where we talked about our top 5 favorite teams. We heard from some listeners about their top 5 favorite teams. This week, I want to do something similar in the same vein as getting to know us and also just giving another opportunity for folks to hear who we prefer or kind of maybe not prefer, but just like who we think is the best on this one. And then also give folks a chance to give their opinion. So I thought we are in the heat of the NFL season.
Yep.
I guess you could say that any week, but we're in week 6. So
Week 6.
which feels like heat range. We're warming
there's
up.
Firings, there's hirings. So
That's heat. That's
there's
hot.
heat. It's
that
juice.
was good because Robert Saleh just got fired this morning from the Jets.
The can.
Got the can.
He got the can.
We're breaking news. We're the first to report that.
I think we beat Schefter.
I think we did.
I think we beat him.
We beat Schefter. So that's going to be our...
Is it
that
Schefter? Adam Schefter. I almost said
it's
Scottie
right.
Scheffler.
We beat Scheffler for sure. I haven't seen him tweet anything
He hasn't
about
said
this.
anything about
So
Saleh.
we have definitely beat Scheffler. Schefter, I feel like that's the wrong name for sure. Adam Schefter.
I think it's Adam Scheffler.
Scottie Scheffler.
I think they both... I think there's a relation. I think there's a relation somewhere. I think it's Adam Scheffler. That's
Shefty. They call him Shefty. Schefter.
It's a made-up nickname. Who's they? Who are these
Many
people?
people are saying Shefty.
Okay.
We are going to do our top 5 current quarterbacks. Not favorite, but who we think are the best 5 quarterbacks right now. Not who you'd start a franchise with, because we're not going like young guys.
Yep.
We're just saying who are the top 5 quarterbacks right now.
I like it.
Okay.
I like it.
Let's go. We had some controversy last week.
We did. On air.
On air. And this time, we discussed it ahead of time.
We were proactive.
We were
this week.
proactive. Emphasis on the pro, which is what we are after 1 week.
Man. Built it.
Yeah.
Walked over it.
Built it.
Just built that
Walked
bridge.
over it. So I liked that. So we decided as we were building and walking that we are going to do 5 to 1.
Okay.
And you're going to start. We didn't decide that one.
Yeah. Do you want to go 5-5,
Yes.
4-4?
Yes.
Okay.
I like it.
All right. With the criteria, number 5, this is a little controversial, and I won't share. I made my list to 11 because I needed to, but I won't share those.
Okay.
But I needed to rule out some things. My number 5 is CJ Stroud.
Wow.
And it's for a couple reasons. I think obviously he has that rookie, like he has that franchise, like I would want to start a franchise with him. I also think he's just a really good passer. Like he led the league, I think last year in passing yards as a rookie, or was in the top 3.
I think so, yeah.
He is in the top 3 this year. He can run. He's going to win games. So, it shows this year. And he's a leader. Like, what other rookie quarterback is going to command a team like that last year? I think he's just a beast.
He's smooth with it as well.
Smooth with it. Yep.
Which is the thing I said and can't take back.
You said it's out
I
there.
did say that. But yeah, he's just an aesthetically pleasing quarterback to watch.
He has that feeling of a quarterback. Like, there's a lot of quarterbacks I'm scared when they have the ball. CJ Stroud already has that kind of Patrick Mahomes, not to foreshadow. We all know where it's going. But he has that type of I feel safe.
Yeah.
He's not going to do something stupid here. So that's my number 5.
I like it. I'm Controversial in what way, quickly? You thought that would be surprising to have him in the top 5?
I think some people probably wouldn't put him there yet.
Right.
I think there's some people who like have more experience, but I think he's cracked the top 5.
Yeah.
He's doing it like he's a sophomore and he's still getting better.
Yeah, he's really good.
So I think he's proven.
You're not going to like my number 5, but I mean it. This is not a bit. This is the 5th best quarterback in the league.
You're not Stephen A-ing this one?
I'm not. There's no Stephen A. and Mad Dog that happens here. This is just straight up facts that we're giving.
All right.
Matthew Stafford is still the 5th best quarterback in the league. Just
no.
Look at the numbers. I don't have him at the ready. What he's able to do with what he has. I really think back, at least lately, he's had this whole career, but that Lions game last year, he went into a hostile environment with that Rams team against a really good Lions team, good Lions defense, and put up a game. And that's what Stafford can do. He's a gamer. He's not just a quality quarterback. He doesn't have the arm that he used to, but in that Sean McVay offense, especially when he has his weapons, like when he has Puka and Cooper Kupp healthy, he is a stud. And I did my list, and I'll name some guys when we're done that he is over in my list, but I couldn't put him any lower than 5. So
wow.
Matthew Stafford. All right, you're number 4.
I listened with open ears.
But not open heart. I could feel it. Not open body language. Your ears may have been open, but everything you were telling me was reject.
It was a pretty closed heart. He didn't crack my top 11. Wow, just for whatever it's worth.
In the top 11.
He didn't crack my top 11, which I can give that list later to you.
When we're done, I need a quick 6 through 11.
All right, but I respect it. He's accomplished. He's a vet.
He's the 5th best quarterback in the
league. Number 4. This is a hard list for me. This is my. It felt sour typing his name into my phone because I don't want him in my top 5.
Russell Wilson. Wow.
Yeah. I put Russell Wilson, Broncos country. Let's ride, baby. I put a backup quarterback in my top 5. Him and Zach Wilson. I don't like this guy. I don't like this team. I just don't like.
Oh, I know where you're going.
I don't like him, but you got to recognize talent when it's there, and it's Joe Burrow.
I was going to say, was he my favorite of episode 1? The guy I kept talking about.
Yeah, he's your guy from your team, and I just as a quarterback raw talent, I think Joe Burrow probably has the strongest arm in the league. I think not strongest arm, most accurate arm of any quarterback in the league. I mean, his team is 1-4. Bengals are terrible right now. But Joe Burrow's playing really well.
Yeah.
And so I think he's just a beast. He has to be in my top 5. I wouldn't want him on my team if I'm a GM. I don't know if he's a winner, but I think he's a really good quarterback.
Yeah.
So Joe Burrow's number 4.
He was a winner at LSU, so he has done some winning for sure.
Yeah, he did.
He's running up against Mahomes lately, so I know why you don't like him. I'll go ahead and give a little spoiler. Joe Burrow was my number 6.
Okay.
So
interesting.
I get it, and I think he's a top tier quarterback, but he did not make my top 5.
Okay, who's number 4?
My number 4 is C.J. Stroud.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're on the same page. That's kind of why I asked why controversial, because I think he's solidified, even though he hasn't proved himself at the like AFC Championship or Super Bowl level yet. He's smooth. He's I couldn't put anyone ahead of him.
He's smooth with it.
Twice, 3 times.
3 times.
3 times we've said, and you almost did it in an ASMR way.
Don't give away our future.
Spoiler of our future.
We got some new mics. Now they know.
You whispered it in there. You can edit it out.
Smooth with it.
Touchdown.
Let's give the people what they want.
That's move away from
on
that.
YouTube when it says most replayed, that's going to be the most replayed.
Just by far. It's just going to be a straight up valley and then just Pikes Peak right on that part.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice.
That's good. Yeah, he's my number 4 with everything you said.
Okay. I like it.
I just think he didn't have his best game necessarily, but they beat the Bills this weekend, and he just showed. We use that winner term again. That dude just wins.
Yeah, he does,
and has command of his team and has weapons this year. So the Texans are going to be fun.
They're a problem.
I think I think Chiefs. Well, I mean, we'll get to that down the road, but Chiefs, Ravens, Texans, Bills. There's some good Bengals even if they can turn it around because they looked good against the Ravens.
Yeah, they did.
There's some good AFC teams. It's gonna be
really good AFC teams.
Yeah.
An empty NFC. So
NFC, yeah. I mean, I noticed this even just doing my list, foreshadowing, but
I know.
Just better quarterbacks in the AFC too. All right, you're number 3.
Well, that foreshadows.
Me too.
To me, there's just a distinct. I won't say this. I had trouble with this one a little bit, but I ended up going Lamar Jackson, number 3.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, probably not even arguably at this point best dual threat quarterback of all time. Even
has to be. He's surpassed Vic. Who else?
Steve Young, maybe. I
guess. Yeah.
But like watching him and Mahomes have that magic type of like playmaking where it's just like what. And I think Lamar makes people on defense afraid. Defenders like have came out and said like we're afraid to play him. And so don't quote me on that. I have zero reference for that. I'm just saying people.
That's the tagline for the episode.
Yeah. But he's got to be number 3. I think he is a winner. I think he's going to win a Super Bowl at some point in his career. I think he has a great arm, but I think just like what he can do running wise, he's top 3 for me for sure.
I'm going to give away the rest of my list here by saying what I'm going to say based on your pick. Until number 3 and number 2 on my list make it to the Super Bowl, until one of them does, I'm going to always have Lamar Jackson ahead of Josh Allen on my list. I just, for a lot of the reasons that you said. So Josh Allen's my number 3.
Okay.
Had he made a Super Bowl by now, I would put him at number 2 because they're real close in a different way. Obviously.
Interesting, yeah.
But I'm also just a Lamar guy, as you know, my Ravens. Yeah. But I really love. We made this list and we're very specific about this being the best. And I had to really watch that line of best and favorite there because I really like watching Lamar. I love the dual threat nature of his game. And also, as a con, I guess, he has struggled in the playoffs. And so I really it really could go back and forth because Josh Allen has had a little more success in the playoffs. Neither made a Super Bowl, but Josh Allen's played well more often than Lamar in the playoffs. So I could understand this going the other way. I would imagine you're going to have Josh Allen at number 2. I went Allen 3, and then I went Alan Jackson, famous country singer.
Alan Jackson, yeah, good guy.
Couldn't name a song, but he's a big old 5 o'clock. No,
this could be something like in the video, just a little Alan Jackson playing behind us.
I think that would be nice. Let's add that. I wish I could think of a single Alan Jackson song. He has a lot. Country heads.
I actually don't know who Alan Jackson. I'm agreeing with you. I have no idea who this guy is.
Big name in country, and also my number 3 and number 2 best quarterbacks.
Okay,
Alan Jackson. So I'll skip ahead. I've kind of messed up our system there, but I'm going to cover both in that way.
I like it.
Josh Allen's 3, Lamar Jackson's 2 for me.
Yeah, that's fair. I just don't think I can't put Jackson above Allen. I think Allen. It's so for me solidified.
Yeah,
Allen's number 2.
I can't argue with it.
I think Allen is the type of player who's going to get hurt within the next 3 years. Like he just throws himself too much at people. He's just a really good quarterback.
Yeah,
and he's this year he's having that kind of Mahomes 2023 season this year, where his best receiving threats are Keon Coleman, a rookie, and Dalton Kincaid, very low end tight end that I drafted way too high in our fantasy league. But he's probably like an MVP front runner right now.
Yeah.
Or at least in the top 3. So I think he's a better quarterback than Jackson. So Josh Allen's my number 2.
I like it.
Yeah.
Let's just say that Mahomes is our number 1 and not have to talk about it. Is that okay? Because I don't want to.
I actually chose Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold's
my number 1.
Number 1, Mahomes not in your top 5.
Yeah, Mahomes isn't in the top 5. And that is not for a bit. That is not for a bit here.
That's real.
Arrowhead Stadium is behind you.
Your favorite team.
Yeah.
Mahomes. I mean, I think we agree. We talked about him a little bit last week when we were talking about your favorite team. Mahomes is It's more of a conversation for me if he's, as we talked about last week, if he's on the path to be better than Brady. He's clearly the best quarterback in the league.
He is.
So,
and even Mahomes
Stafford.
I didn't say Stafford. I will never say Stafford.
1A, 1B.
Stafford when he gets number 1A, 1B. I will not take J. Crew Matthew Stafford in my top 12. Like, I'll put him in a J. Crew ad with some nice, like, just like cardigan and
look nice.
Some Nike sneakers.
Yeah.
Like, he looked great. Not in my top 12. Not in my top 12. Mahomes is definitely the number one quarterback. Yeah. And yeah, that's not really we know.
There we go. All right, so that's our top 5. Like Sam said, let's hear your top 5.
Yeah.
Again, not favorite, but best current quarterbacks right now.
Like it.
Yeah.
Curious to see what people say.
I am too. I'm curious to see how many Staffords we get.
Nah, let's move on from Stafford. That's an easy transition right there. All right. I'm excited about this one, so I've got a guessing game for you.
Let's go.
And so let's switch lanes in the same vein of sports. Sports. In the same vein of crowd goes crazy. We're doing it. We're doing it.
Can't resist.
Okay, in the same vein of sports, but a different sport, basketball season is approaching. NBA basketball season is approaching. Bum bum. Dun, 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 dun. In the words of Troy Bolton, what's the High School Musical song? Anyways, I can't even think. Get your head in the game. Of
course. Troy. Remember?
Troy. Yeah.
I don't know what
it's been a while since. That's not the song. That's not.
I was gonna sing backup vocals. Whatever it was gonna be.
I'm just thinking about Troy and his J. Crew.
His what? Were you about to say J. Crew again?
This is J. Crew black flannel or black polo.
By the way, it's sponsored by J. Crew. The O Brothers podcast.
This is the Jameer Nelson of the second episode. Is J. Crew.
J. Crew.
Okay, NBA season is approaching, and so with that, naturally, there's a new year of the video game NBA 2K. Fun thing, if you don't know about NBA 2K, every year they drop a new kind of better version, and there's always a cover athlete from the NBA on the video game. And so I thought it was only fitting with NBA season fast approaching that I would see if you had some 2K knowledge of cover athletes.
All right.
So I hinted this at you earlier in the week.
You did.
I'm going to switch it up a little bit, though, because I think you would know some things. So what I want you to do is we're going to go in periods of 5 years.
Okay.
Since the beginning of when 2K existed. So
love it.
So
when was it? Do I have to guess that, or is that part?
This is going to and then just shut up for a second. So I'm going to have you guess 5 cover athletes, but then there's going to be 2 bonus questions at the very end just for the heck of it. Just for the heck of it.
I love this.
So, yes. Okay, so we're going to go in periods of 5 years.
Okay.
And we're going to start in 2005.
Good night.
And we're going to go all the way up to this year's cover athlete in 2025.
I already don't know. I'm already starting with this year, but we're gonna make it happen.
So, and if you're listening along, try to be thinking too. So we're going to go 2005, the NBA 2K5 cover athlete, NBA 2K10 cover athlete,
great.
NBA 2K15 cover athlete, 2K20, and then this year's 2K25.
I love it.
So let's go back to the beginning. Let's start with NBA 2K5. Okay. And if you can't guess it, I'll give you some hints.
I'm going to throw out some options. I love this.
All right.
And I have not prepared. You hinted at it. I thought it was just going to be maybe teens, last 10 years. I have not done research. Okay, so my research is our experience playing this game over the years. Yep. So we're going to see how this goes. I'm going to give out some options.
Okay.
As we're considering 2005, it could be LeBron James, it could be Dirk Nowitzki, it could be Kobe Bryant, it could be Shaq. I'm not going to narrow.
4
it could
X's.
be Kevin Garnett. Okay, all those are
5 X's
already. Tracy McGrady.
Nope. And just for reference, this is for the season before.
Yeah, that's right. So this is
based
going into the 04-05 season. 05 champs were the San Antonio Spurs. Is that right?
I think that's correct.
Because 04 was the Pistons. Is that right even? Spurs were 03.
I think that was correct.
And then the Pistons. And then the Spurs again. Tim Duncan.
Nope.
04, Chauncey Billups.
Nope.
Ben Wallace.
Ding, ding, ding.
Wow.
Ben Wallace.
What a journey to
And
get there.
And Ben Wallace fact checked us if we're right or wrong. Wow.
Either way.
This was the first PlayStation 2K.
Awesome.
Was 2K5. Ben Wallace.
Man, I wish I wouldn't have named all those. I hindsight, but Ben Wallace was awesome back then.
Ben Wallace was awesome. And there's a giveaway, like whoever was like the guy the year before this, usually.
And the Pistons did win. That was that year
04.
that they beat the Karl Malone, Gary Payton final year of Shaq and Kobe Lakers. Ben Wallace was a great choice. Good job,
Ben Wallace was unbelievable.
2K. He was awesome.
Did you see that? Did you see the other ones?
I did not.
Okay, good. All right. Let's move on to 2K10. You got 2K5. 2K10.
2K10.
This was an Xbox.
Yep.
Like this was we're graduating.
We're coming off of the 08-09 Los Angeles Lakers winning the championship after the Celtics had won the year before. But Dwight Howard was awesome then. But Dwight Howard, I think, was on NBA Live 10.
Correct.
So he would not be the cover athlete for this one.
He was not. That's a good call.
I'm going to say it went the other way for the Lakers, and this was a Kobe year.
Mamba.
2K10. Let's go.
Ding, ding.
Let's go.
And this was an iconic cover. Like, this is Kobe, gold jersey, screaming, like, 24. Right. This was, that was a good one. All right, nice. You got two.
Okay.
NBA 2K15. 2K15.
So this one is messing with me a little bit because I really think it's Durant.
Okay.
Durant had one of those years in there. He had his MVP year in, was that 14? I'm going to say Kevin Durant.
Ding, ding.
Okay. Boom.
You're killing this.
This is fun.
2K10 and 2K15.
Okay.
Durant was on it. This was, I think, like, I remember this 2K specifically. I played this one a lot.
Yeah, we had this one at home.
This one was fun. Mm-hmm. I don't think you'll get this one for a second. Well, you might.
2020?
This is a little hint I guess I just gave you. 2K20.
I instantly want to say Giannis. I'm going to step back on that because I don't know if that's right. 2020 would have been coming off of that 2019 year that the Kawhi Leonard Raptors won the championship. I don't remember Kawhi ever being a cover athlete nor wanting to be. I'm going to go with Giannis.
Nope.
He must have been 21 or 22. I think he comes later. Okay, so 2020. I think Paul George had a random year in there, but that may have been Pacers Paul George because this would have been Clippers Paul George. I don't think that makes sense. Was that Clippers Paul, or would he have been on the Thunder?
He would have already been traded.
That
was like Clippers. The first year without pre-Kawhi. No, they went together.
Yeah, that would have been that summer.
It would have been.
Wow. Okay, so I really don't think it was Kawhi though. Ben Simmons. No. Wasn't he on a cover once?
He shouldn't have.
Why do I have a Sixer? I have a Sixer in one of these, but there's no way it was Embiid or Paul George. Obviously, now
wasn't those. I can give you a conference.
I think, is it a Celtic?
Nope.
No, they weren't good yet. Hold on. I think I might need a conference, but let me try to see if Damian Lillard was a cover athlete. Because that was that year that they. I'm gonna go Lillard. You giggled. Okay, all right. Give me the conference.
Western Conference.
Western Conference. Can't be a Thunder player. Who was good that year? Oh, it might be Steph. He probably had a year. He probably had a cover earlier than that.
Steph is hard because he had like a regime for a decade.
Yes, and that would have been coming off a year where they lost in the finals. And Durant wouldn't have been on there again. Wow, this is a tough one. Is this one hard, or am I just missing?
This is a guy who is a star, a superstar, but is looked over. Wow, that's my second hint.
That's an interesting hint.
He's a person you forget about, but he's a superstar, and still is.
Team USA.
Yes.
Devin Booker.
No.
Chris Paul would not be. I wonder if he ever had one. A superstar that was on Team USA that gets looked over. Drew Holiday wouldn't have had a.
You want another hint?
Cover. No, I should definitely have it by these.
Okay.
I have it narrowed down to a couple
You have-
players
yeah,
at
you
this
do.
point.
You do.
It's not Bam. He wouldn't have been on one. Not Embiid.
This is the reason right here. He's
Steph.
looked over.
I know.
He's looked over, but he
It
will
wasn't
go.
a Celtic.
No.
What on earth? Okay, so not Booker, not Steph, not LeBron,
Not LeBron.
Anthony Davis.
The brow.
He does get looked over.
He gets
and
looked over.
Is a superstar.
He will go down as one of the greatest big men of all time.
And he was on the cover of that
He was
game.
2K20, and that
Wow.
was pre. No. That was Laker era. That was
Yes.
Laker era. That was his first year.
And they ended up winning the Mickey Mouse COVID championship.
Yes, they did.
that year.
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
All right, you got
was
the
a tough
last
one.
That was a tough
That
one.
got me.
I didn't know if you'd get that one. 2K25, this year's cover
Man,
athlete.
I
Do you know it?
do not.
Yes, good. Okay.
I straight up do not know who this is.
This year's cover athlete.
I know who it's not.
Okay.
Sorry, I've cut you off. I know it's not Shea. Like this would be a year
Should have
that
been.
it could be Shea. It's not Wemby, I don't think.
No.
But that would be interesting. Jokic is just never going to be the guy on a cover, I don't think.
Which is sad. He deserves it.
Yeah, I mean, 3-time MVP.
Yeah.
You would think maybe he could be a guy that doesn't want that.
He's probably gotten asked every year.
Yeah. I don't think it's Embiid. I don't think it's Paul George. I don't know why those guys. Speaking of like rent free, something that Embiid used to say, the Sixers are just rent free
They
in
are.
my mind. There was a Ben Simmons year, I think.
I don't think
I
that's
don't
true.
know.
There's
Okay,
no
I'll
way.
I'll just
There's
throw
no
that
way.
out.
If they did, that's a
I
bad
know.
move.
Okay. Who is a star going into this year that could be a cover athlete that's not Kawhi, that's not who in the world? It's a young. Is it Ant?
Nope.
That would have been a good move.
Nope. It's not Ant.
Is it
And I don't.
is it Asia Wilson? Is it a female or is it a WNBA player?
This is interesting because you're encroaching on some bonus questions.
Interesting. Okay, don't say anything. I forgot about the bonus questions. I'm talking too much.
This is a male NBA. This is a male NBA athlete.
Thanks for specifying both of those things.
Yeah, that there was no need. I should have just said NBA.
So I am having the hard time.
I can give you a hint.
No.
Okay.
I'm not interested in your hints.
Okay, I don't
Get
wanna
your
give it
hints
anymore.
Out of here.
I don't wanna give it
because I should. Luca wouldn't do this. They wouldn't ask Luca.
Not Luka.
It's not Jimmy. He's too old. It's not Booker.
By process of elimination, you should get this. At
I
any
should
point.
be there
at any
now.
point. At any point.
Who are those top MVP candidates? Is it a guy that's been in the MVP conversation?
Yes.
But it's not Shea. It's not Luca. It's not Giannis. It's not Embiid. It's not. Oh, people are screaming at their TVs right now, and it's not Ant. It's
No.
not.
You okay? I will give you a hint here. Use similar logic that you've used on these
Oh,
past
my
cover
goodness.
athletes.
Okay. I should have thought. Oh my goodness! I've said his name like 3 times.
You have.
Jason Tatum. got a
Jason
cover.
Tatum, like Anthony Davis, somehow overlooked.
I know.
And
That's well deserved though.
Well
winning a
deserved.
championship.
Well deserved. All right.
Wow.
You've guessed it. So Ben Wallace, Kobe, Kevin Durant, Anthony Davis, Jason Tatum. Okay. 2 bonus questions.
Okay.
Who is the WNBA player that is also on the cover of 2K25? They do 2 different versions.
Is it Asia Wilson?
Asia
it has
Wilson.
to be.
It has to be. This is a great combo. Jason Tatum and Asia Wilson.
Deserved.
Yeah. All right. Second bonus question.
I'm ready.
Who was the first ever NBA 2K cover athlete? Whoa. This is like the name of this game was NBA 2K. Like that was it. It was not like 2K1. It was not 2K2. This was like 2000. The year 2000.
Truly 2000. Okay.
2000.
I have a person that just jumps out of the screen for
Okay.
me. And I don't think it's right, but I'm just going to say it.
Okay.
Try to throw a Hail Mary.
Just Hail Mary
Flutie.
it. Yeah. Drew Carr.
Vince Carter.
No.
Shaq.
No.
Okay. Let me think about this now a little bit.
Okay.
So this was 2000.
It was 2000. I looked up the cover. Like, we'll have to post it somehow. I don't even know the game device it was on. It said Sega, but I'm not.
Sega.
It was like, I don't even.
Sega Dreamcast game?
Dreamcast.
Whoa.
I think that was 2K2. 2K, it didn't even say Dreamcast. So I'm not sure.
Interesting.
If you guys played it, just let us know. But NBA 2K cover athlete.
Well, if it's not Vince, I think Tim Duncan's too boring of a cover athlete. Kobe would make sense.
Nope, not Kobe.
Interesting. Okay. T-Mac?
Not T-Mac.
Yao? No, too early. Too early for Yao.
Nope.
Jordan wouldn't have ever done anything like this. Like, it's not going to be Wizards Jordan,
No.
I don't think. Man, okay. We're getting near hint territory for me here.
Okay, just let me know.
But I wanted to just... Did I say Garnett already?
Yeah.
It's not Garnett.
No.
I really want one of these to be Garnett.
I know.
Really.
He was one, not in the one of these.
Okay. Man, okay. 2000... Was it a big man by chance?
Guard.
Jason Kidd was on NBA Live. Like 02.
There's some fans of this guy that are cussing you out right now.
Really? So he's just a huge name guard.
Big name.
Big name guard. And it wasn't Kobe.
Wasn't Kobe.
Big name guard from the early 2000s that fans are cussing me at. People are literally cursing
Like I'm
at
hearing
me right
them.
now.
Yeah.
Well, that's first off rude. I'm just
It
trying
is
my
rude.
best.
We're just trying to talk about sports.
Second, though, who is a big name, like Latrell Sprewell type of name?
The fact I don't know that name, so
You don't know Latrell Sprewell?
No,
I guess he's not.
This name, I don't even know him.
Steve Nash.
No, bigger.
Bigger than Steve. So this is a Hall of Famer.
I don't know if he's officially inducted, but
Tony Parker.
I think he has to be if he hasn't already.
On Earth. Man.
Another hint.
I guess.
Eastern Conference.
Big name.
I want to give you another hint.
Jameer Nelson.
I could give you like the hint that would get you this.
Okay, give me just a second. Let me think. I know we need to move it along. And we don't need dead air because we're podcast pros.
Yeah,
so
we
I'm
are.
filling the gap right now. Derrick Rose was way later.
Yep.
And he's not as big as some of those guys. Man, this one's going to kill me. I'm going to be
You're going to be really upset.
mad that I'm not getting this one.
And I really have a fun fact after.
Allen Iverson.
Man. Bang. I was about to say, this was your team this podcast.
Yes.
Sixers.
The Sixers. That was
So,
it was premonition I had. Well,
Yeah.
That's why they were in there.
Philly. Yep. So this is crazy. I found this out as I found this fact. He was not only on NBA 2K as the cover athlete, he was on NBA 2K, 2K2, 2K3, and 2K4.
Wow.
He was the first 4 2Ks, and then Ben
Amazing.
Wallace.
And then Ben
2K5.
Wallace.
So
Good for them.
Allen
Just
Iverson
jumped in
ran
with
the game.
That guy was awesome.
yeah,
That guy could fill it up.
he could.
Yeah.
Great job.
Man, that
Great
was
job.
fun.
That was fun.
I loved that. That
Yeah.
brought back some good memories of playing those games too.
Yeah, it did. I bet everyone who watched probably had the same struggle. Like, because some of those
I would be
are deep
curious,
pulls.
but some of them, I've experienced it in any guessing game we've done over the years. It's a different deal when you're in the hot seat.
You are. Yeah.
There are just
that.
players that should be obvious that just don't come. Yeah, that was good. How about you stop that and we do our Wellington winner of the
Let's
week?
do it.
What do you say?
Let's do it.
Let's wrap it up with the Wellington winner.
I like it. Do you want me to hit it?
Yep.
All right. My Wellington winner of the week. I have got the Texans beating the Patriots. The spread is Houston by 7. I think they're going to do that generously. Do not believe in the Patriots. And in the same vein as CJ Stroud, they're good. They're going to win by more than 7.
Is that, it may not matter. Do you know if that game's in New England or Houston? I would imagine that line, they're in New England. I agree with your pick regardless. Oh, did
Gillette
we need
Stadium, they're in New England.
Do we need to recap our picks from last?
We don't have to. It was our first episode, so we can start new.
Okay.
Okay,
works.
1-0, you
1-0, 0-1. For
0-1.
now.
Yeah, I didn't like my pick. This is a new season.
New season.
Yeah.
For you.
For
I'm
me
gonna keep
personally.
my pick.
yeah.
I
what's
like
yours?
that pick for you. I agree. I consider that one. Mine, this one, in the moment, feels like a no-brainer for me. Monday Night Football, the Buffalo Bills in New York. Did you think about this one?
I thought about this one.
Bills are favored by 2.5 against the now coachless New York Jets.
Man,
And the Bills just lost this week. They're going to come back and win by 3 or more.
Good call.
Even though it's on the road. We're picking 2 road favorites here.
Yeah.
But I think the Bills take care of business. I don't know who's going to be coaching the Jets. So Bills by at least 2.5 over the Jets on Monday Night Football. Book it so I can move to 2-0 with my Wellington winners.
I like that call. Unfortunately, they'll probably get like Belichick out of retirement.
I know. I
and
think that's
which
what's going to happen.
Is We've foreshadowed two things at the end of our episodes.
Breaking news like Scottie Scheffler.
Like Adam Scheffler. Well, I think that wraps us up.
Yes.
I think that wraps us up. Thanks for watching. If you've watched this far, that sounded like very Scottish foie.
Is that Scottish?
I don't know.
Scottish Scheffler.
Scottish. That was very Scottish Scheffler of us. If you haven't, which you probably haven't since you're still watching, but go ahead, drop your 5 best quarterbacks wherever you're watching this from. And we'll see how it holds up against ours. I think we had some similarities, but some differences. So drop your top 5 on wherever you're watching this, and we'll see you for episode 3.